Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Dong Report, where I give out my favorite MLB home run picks for the day. Now, before we get into anything, I have an actual important announcement. This will be the last video that I'll have for about 10 days or so, because starting today, I will be on vacation. So don't be on the lookout for anything for me for the next 10 days. I apologize for the inconvenience, but I also do need to have a life. Now that we got that out of the way, real quick, also need to do a recap from yesterday. I gave out 3 home run picks on this YouTube channel. We got 1 of those 3 to cash, but we also got a player who didn't play at all, so we got that 1 refunded. We end the day 1-1-1 plus 1.2 units, thanks to Matt Olson. Also, for those of you that rode the Matt Olson 2+ home runs at plus 1,700 odds, we were sitting pretty for that one as well, as Olson got 2 to go deep. Obviously, we only track the 1, but for people that rode that, that was obviously very nice. That brings our total profit on the Dong Report up to 54.85 units, 11.58% ROI. Just incredible success that we are having on the Dong Report. And then lastly, before I get into the picks, if you're not already, would appreciate it if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like, if you are new here, welcome. It's nice to have you. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. I appreciate you as well. Let's chat dongs. So play number 1 in the Athletics versus Nats game. We're going with Zach Gelof to hit a home run. That is at plus 430 odds at FanDuel. So Gelof, this is his first time appearing on the Dong Report. Absolute huge moment for him. Very proud of him. He's probably embracing having a family moment over this excitement. Gelof, if you're not heard of him, rookie for the Athletics, good player, only 23 years old, nice young player. He was just called up after the All-Star break, so he's only played since July 14th, but he has been playing really well. It's been about a month, and he's been playing well. Got a total of 6 home run in that span, so 6 home runs in your first month in the major leagues, that's pretty good. Unsurprisingly, when you look into his advanced stats, things look really good as well. Granted, it's only a 1-month sample size, but still, ISO rate of 30.8% and a barrel rate of 14.5%. Those numbers, when you think about it, and I guess I should explain, ISO rate stands for isolated power. Barrel rate stands for literally how well you hit the barrel of the bat. ISO rate measures power, barrel rate measures contact. Between the two, you have a pretty good home run hitter. And for ISO rate, anything 25% and above is considered excellent. And barrel rate, anything 15% and above is considered excellent. Anything 10% and above is considered great. So he's up there with like the best the best hitters in baseball when you compare and combine those two numbers, right? Being really good in both of those categories is rare. Normally it's one or the other, or it's just rare that they're both that high. So that's obviously a good thing for us. He's also got a pretty awesome pitching matchup for the Nationals. Pitching is Trevor Williams. He's a right-handed pitcher, extreme advantage in favor of Gelof. If you look at his splits, he is significantly better against right-handed pitching than he is left-handed pitching. So I mentioned how good his ISO rate is overall. Well, if you isolate it based on the arm, against left-handed pitching, his ISO rate is 11.1%, and against right-handed pitching, it's all the way up to 39.1%. That's obviously incredible. A player that you want to back when he's facing a right-handed pitcher. He's absolutely going to go yard for us tonight, cashing our first play. Next up, in the Rockies versus Dodgers game, we're taking Freddie Freeman to hit a home run plus 390 odds at Caesars. So this is an incredibly juicy matchup for Freddie Freeman. The game itself at Dodger Stadium is very juicy. 4 home runs to be hit. And he's also got an awesome pitching matchup going up against Rockies pitcher Kyle Freeland. Of course, pitching at Coors Field sucks for these pitchers because it really inflates your stats and makes you look worse than you are. But this is obviously also going to be a good weather game, so he doesn't even get that advantage. And he still has just truly awful stats when you look at him. Definitely a pitcher that you want to target for home runs. He's got a home run per 9 of 1.66, which is really bad. Unsurprisingly, Ballpark Pal gives this matchup an extreme favor of Freddie Freeman. Also, you guys might know this, Freddie Freeman is an incredible hitter. He's awesome, but similar to our first play, his splits are much better against left-handed pitching than they are right-handed pitching. Now, obviously, Freddie Freeman is good against both. This is not necessarily the case like it is against Giloff, where they're like a dramatic split and he's bad against the other, but against right-handed pitching, he's got an ISO rate of 20.4%. That's still considered great. That's not bad at all. Well, against left-handed pitching, that jumps all the way up to 35.5%, 35.4% to be exact. Now, this is on the entire season as a whole. This is a pretty large sample size. And if you specifically isolate at home versus left-handed pitching, that number rises up again to 41.9%. Kyle Freeland, obviously a lefty pitcher. A lot of factors in favor of Freddie Freeman tonight. I think he gets one for us, cashing our second play for the evening. And then last play in the Braves versus Mets game, we're taking Pete Alonso to hit a home run plus 400 odds at Caesars. So within the past 10 days, Pete Alonso has been on an absolutely ridiculous heater. He's got 4 home runs in his last 6 games alone. That happened in a 3-game stretch where he hit a home run in all 3 of those games, and he hit 2 home runs also in a game in that span. So we had a 3-game stretch where he hit 4 home runs. Now, 3 games have passed since, and he has not yet hit a home run, but he's also been walked a ton. So that is the risk here. There is an element of risk. Since the Braves series started, he has walked a combined 5 times, all 5 of which happened in the first 2 games of the series. So there's literally a 2-game stretch against the Braves where he only recorded 3 official at-bats. And then last game against Spencer Strider, he went 0 for 4. So yes, there is the risk here, but again, that's why we're getting plus 400 odds, which is really good for someone like Pete Alonso. He's normally in the 200 range. Now, if Olsen didn't miss time, he'd probably be up there with Ohtani and Matt Olson in terms of the home run leaders because he's got excellent splits. He's got an ISO rate of 30.1% and a barrel rate of 15%. So he is one of the rare batters that is literally excellent in both categories. There's not a lot that can say that. Now, I mentioned with Giloff how good that is. With Pete Alonso, again, it's the entire year. And I know he missed time, so the sample size is a little bit smaller, but still, the entire year for Pete Alonso, he's excellent in both ISO rate and barrel rate. That's really good. And then, unsurprisingly, if you isolate his ISO rate in past 14 days alone, because I like looking at 2 week stats specifically for batters, the ISO rate jumps all the way up to 38.6%. So as long as the Braves actually pitch to him, don't just completely pitch around him, I'm confident that he's going to go yard for us tonight, cashing our 3rd and final pick of the evening. And that's all I got. 3 picks for you guys to lock in. I put 1 unit on each of them individually, and then I put a small amount on the parlay. If you are riding, if you are tailing, comment and let me know. Other than that, remember to like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Then also a reminder that this will be my last video for the next 10 days or so. Appreciate you guys for watching and have a good one.